Every single sunrise whispers a message. You have been gifted another chance. Another chance to rise, to grow, to love, and to win the day. But let me ask you, my friends, are we simply living each day, or are we truly winning each day? Winning does not mean defeating someone else. It means conquering your fears, your doubts, your laziness, and most importantly, your own mind. Today, let us explore habits that can make every woman unstoppable, radiant, and victorious in her everyday life. A woman's strength is not only in her body, but in her mind, her discipline, her character, and her connection with God. The world may often underestimate a woman, but when she practices the right habits, she can shake the ground she walks on. Winning every day is not about big achievements alone. It is about the small habits that transform ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Habits are the silent architects of our destiny, and when these habits are practiced with devotion, faith, and purpose, no obstacle can stand in the way. Today, I will share with you 20 powerful habits, but let me begin with 7 essential ones that every woman must embrace if she truly wants to win every single day. Imagine the very first moment of your day. The alarm clock rings, or perhaps the sunlight peeks gently through your window. That very first thought, that very first feeling, is what sets the tone for everything that follows. Too often, people wake up already burdened, thinking of their deadlines, their responsibilities, their worries. Their mind immediately rushes into the chaos of the day ahead. But what if you shifted this beginning? What if, instead of starting with stress, you started with gratitude and the remembrance of God? This single habit can transform not just your mornings, but your entire life. When you wake up and whisper, even silently, "Thank you," your heart begins to soften. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you. It is about recognizing the unseen blessings that surround you every single day. The breath in your lungs, the strength in your body, the roof above your head, the people you love, the opportunities waiting for you. All of these are gifts, and gifts are meant to be cherished. Starting your day with gratitude is like planting a seed of light in your mind. Throughout the day, that seed blossoms into joy, patience, and resilience. Let us take a simple example. Picture 2 women. The first wakes up and immediately thinks, "I'm so tired, I have so much to do today. Why is life so stressful?" She drags herself out of bed, already carrying the weight of the world. Her energy is low, her words are heavy, and her attitude becomes contagious to those around her. Now imagine the second woman. She wakes up, places her hand on her heart, and whispers, "Thank you, God, for giving me this new day." She smiles, stretches, and acknowledges the gift of life. Even if challenges await her, she faces them with calmness and strength because her heart is already anchored in gratitude. The same morning, the same world, but 2 completely different outcomes. This habit of beginning with gratitude and God's remembrance is not just spiritual. It is deeply practical. Science itself shows that gratitude rewires the brain, increases happiness, lowers stress, and improves health. But beyond science, there is something divine in this practice. When you acknowledge God first thing in the morning, you align yourself with a greater power. You are not just walking into the day with your limited strength, you are walking with the strength of the one who created you. Think about how you feel when someone thanks you sincerely. Even a small thank you warms your heart, doesn't it? Now imagine how much more powerful it is when you thank the creator of your life. Gratitude is the language of the soul, and God responds to it by giving you even more reasons to be grateful. That is the beauty of this habit. It creates a cycle of blessings. The more you thank, the more you receive. But gratitude is not always about the big things. It is often about the small, simple moments that we overlook. The taste of clean water, the comfort of your bed, the sound of a loved one's voice, the chance to see another sunrise. These are miracles disguised as ordinary. When you train your eyes to see them, your life no longer feels empty or lacking. Instead, it feels abundant, overflowing with gifts. Now, let us connect this to God's remembrance. Gratitude and remembrance are like two wings of the same bird. Gratitude fills your heart with joy, and remembrance fills it with peace. A bird cannot fly with just one wing. It needs both. Similarly, to truly win your day, you need both gratitude and remembrance. Begin by thanking God, then spend a few moments connecting with Him through prayer, meditation, or even silent reflection. It does not have to be long. Even 2 minutes of pure, heartfelt connection can center your soul for the whole day. Here is another example. Imagine you are about to step into a very busy, challenging day. Meetings, responsibilities, endless tasks. Most people would rush, their minds already spinning, but you instead take a deep breath, close your eyes, and say, God, guide me today. Give me patience, give me strength. That small remembrance acts like a shield around you. Throughout the day, whenever stress rises, you return to that moment of connection. You remind yourself, I am not alone in this. I have God with me. Suddenly, the same challenges feel lighter because your perspective has shifted. This is why beginning the day with gratitude and remembrance is such a powerful habit. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It transforms fear into faith. It turns stress into surrender. It makes you not just stronger, but softer, calmer, and more radiant. And when a woman carries this energy into her day, everyone around her feels it too. Her children, her colleagues, her family. Her presence becomes a source of light for them. Winning every day does not mean everything will go perfectly. Life will still bring its storms, its surprises, its challenges. But the woman who begins her day with gratitude and God's remembrance walks through the storm with an umbrella of faith. She does not crumble easily, she does not complain endlessly, and she does not lose hope quickly. Instead, she stands tall with a smile, knowing that every day is a gift and every challenge is an opportunity. So tomorrow, when you wake up, do not let your first thought be stress or comparison. Do not rush into the noise of the world. Take a moment. Place your hand on your heart. Whisper a quiet, thank you. Remember your Creator and watch how your day transforms, how your spirit uplifts, and how you truly begin to win. Not once in a while, but every single day. Discipline of the mind is one of the greatest forms of strength a human being can cultivate. We often think winning in life means controlling the outside world, our circumstances, our jobs, our relationships. But the real battlefield is not out there, it is inside. If the mind is restless, scattered, or negative, even the best opportunities will feel like burdens. But when the mind is disciplined, calm, and focused, even the hardest struggles can be turned into victories. Think of the mind like a wild horse. If you let it run unchecked, it will drag you through thorns and mud, leaving you bruised and exhausted. But if you learn to train it, guide it, and give it direction, that same horse will carry you with grace and strength wherever you want to go. The difference is not in the horse itself, it is in the discipline of the rider. Similarly, your mind can either be your greatest enemy or your greatest ally, depending on how you train it. Let us look at daily life examples. Imagine a woman waking up and instantly scrolling through her phone. She sees pictures of people's perfect lives, glamorous vacations, success stories, and achievements. Her mind immediately whispers, "Look at them. They are doing so much better than you." The result? Her energy falls, self doubt rises, and her day begins with insecurity. Now, imagine the same woman training her mind to think differently. She wakes up, acknowledges the tendency of comparison, and tells herself, "Everyone has their journey. I am grateful for mine. Today, I will focus on what I can do to grow." The same phone, the same world, but a disciplined mind makes all the difference. Disciplining the mind is not about suppressing thoughts, it is about guiding them. The mind, left on its own, will wander into worry, fear, anger, or negativity. But when you train it, you teach it to focus on solutions instead of problems, on gratitude instead of complaints, on effort instead of excuses. It is like being the captain of a ship. If you do not take the wheel, the waves of life will toss you anywhere. But if you firmly guide the wheel, even strong storms cannot drown you. Consider this in moments of anger. Perhaps someone disrespected you at work or at home. The natural reaction of an undisciplined mind is to shout back, to hurt, to release that fire immediately. But a disciplined mind pauses, it breathes, it asks, will reacting in anger solve this problem or worsen it? That pause is power. That pause is victory. It does not mean weakness, it means wisdom. The woman who can hold her mind in that pause does not just win arguments. She wins respect, peace, and dignity. Another example comes with fear. Life often puts us in situations where the future feels uncertain. Waiting for exam results, facing financial struggles, or worrying about children's futures. An undisciplined mind spirals into panic. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if things never improve? This storm of what ifs destroys inner peace. But a disciplined mind says, I may not control everything, but I control my effort and my faith. I will do my best today, and the rest is in God's hands. This shift does not remove the challenge, but it removes unnecessary suffering. That is the beauty of a trained mind. It cannot stop the rain, but it gives you an umbrella to walk through it. Discipline also means being intentional with your thoughts. Just as you would not let anyone throw garbage into your home, why allow toxic thoughts to live rent-free in your head? Replace "I can't" with "I will try." Replace "this is impossible" with "this is difficult but not beyond me." Replace "I am unlucky" with "I am learning." Small shifts in language create massive shifts in reality. Over time, your mind begins to believe the words you feed it, and your life starts to reflect them. Let us remember, discipline is built in practice, not in a single day. No one wakes up suddenly with a perfectly trained mind. Just like muscles are built by exercising daily, the mind is disciplined by repeated choices. Every time you resist the urge to complain, you strengthen your mental muscles. Every time you focus on gratitude instead of comparison, you train your mind to be resilient. Every time you choose calm over anger, you are building a fortress within yourself. Think of the strongest women you admire: leaders, mothers, teachers, healers. What makes them shine is not that life is easy for them. Life tests everyone. What makes them strong is their ability to remain steady in the middle of storms. Their secret is mental discipline. They refuse to let circumstances dictate their state of mind. Instead, they let their trained mind dictate how they respond to circumstances. When a woman disciplines her mind, she carries a glow that cannot be dimmed. People may try to discourage her, but she does not break easily. Situations may try to overwhelm her, but she does not collapse. She learns to bend without snapping, to rise without complaining, to walk forward without fear. Her strength comes not from external control but from inner mastery. And this mastery begins every single day in small choices, in how she speaks to herself, in how she reacts to others, and in how she surrenders her worries to God. So the question is not whether the world outside will be chaotic, it always will be. The real question is, will you let that chaos live inside your mind, or will you train your mind to remain peaceful amidst it? If you can master your thoughts, if you can discipline your inner world, you will find that winning every day does not mean conquering others. It means conquering yourself. That is the greatest victory a woman can achieve, and once she does, nothing and no one can take it away from her. Your body is not just flesh and bones. It is the sacred vessel through which your soul experiences this world. It is the instrument through which you serve your family, fulfill your duties, chase your dreams, and even connect with God. Too often, people neglect their bodies, either by overworking them, filling them with harmful food, or depriving them of rest. But when you learn to respect your body as the temple of your soul, you unlock a level of strength, energy, and clarity that makes winning each day possible. Think about it this way. If someone gifted you a beautiful car, you would never fill its tank with dirty fuel. You would maintain it, clean it, and care for it so it could take you far. Your body is more precious than any car, any house, any jewel, yet many treat it carelessly. A disciplined mind needs a strong body to carry it, just like a talented driver needs a functioning vehicle. If you neglect your body, even the brightest mind will struggle. But when you care for your body, you give your soul the energy it needs to shine. Take the simple act of eating. Many eat just to fill their stomachs, without thought. But food is not just taste. It is energy, medicine, and fuel for life. Imagine starting your day with heavy junk food versus fresh fruits, wholesome grains, or clean water. One drags you into sluggishness, the other lifts you into energy. A woman who respects her body knows that every bite she takes is either a step toward strength or a step toward weakness. She does not diet out of fear. She nourishes out of love. She treats eating not as a careless habit, but as a sacred responsibility toward the body God has entrusted her with. Now think about movement. The body was never designed to sit idle for hours, trapped in chairs, screens, and endless routines. A stagnant body becomes stiff, tired, and weak. But a moving body feels alive. Walking in the park, stretching in the morning, dancing to your favorite song, or practicing yoga, all of these are ways to show respect to your body. You do not need a fancy gym. Even a few minutes of mindful movement every day is enough to awaken your energy. And when the body is alive, the spirit feels alive too. Let me give you a daily life example. A woman wakes up and immediately feels drained even before starting her tasks. She blames her work, her responsibilities, her stress. But in reality, the true reason is that she has neglected her body for too long. Poor sleep, unhealthy food, and no exercise have silently stolen her vitality. Now imagine the same woman making small changes. She decides to sleep an hour earlier, replace sugary drinks with water, and walk 15 minutes every morning. Within weeks, her face glows, her energy rises, and her mind feels sharper. Nothing magical happened. She simply began to honor her body. Respecting your body also means giving it rest. In a world that glorifies hustle and endless productivity, people often feel guilty for resting. But rest is not laziness. It is renewal. Just as a phone must recharge to function, your body needs sleep to heal and rebuild. A woman who sacrifices her sleep for days in the name of work or family eventually pays the price with fatigue, irritability, or illness. But the woman who respects her body understands that by resting well, she is not wasting time, she is investing in energy, patience, and health that will allow her to serve better. There is also a deeper perspective here. When you mistreat your body, you are indirectly mistreating your soul. A tired, unhealthy body drags the soul into heaviness. But when you treat your body with care, your soul feels free to express its highest potential. A woman who respects her body walks with confidence, speaks with clarity, and radiates an energy that others can feel. She does not need to announce her strength. It is visible in her presence. Respecting the body is also an act of gratitude to God. Every heartbeat, every breath, every step is a gift. When you care for your body, you are essentially saying, "Thank you, God, for this vessel of life. I will not waste it. I will not harm it. I will use it well." But when you harm it with toxins, neglect, or carelessness, it is like rejecting the gift of life. Gratitude is not just words, it is action. And one of the greatest actions of gratitude is taking care of the body you have been blessed with. Let us not forget how the body affects the mind. A tired body clouds the mind. A healthy body sharpens it. If you have ever tried solving a problem when you are exhausted, you know how difficult it feels. But after a good meal or a restful night, the same problem feels lighter. Respecting the body is not vanity, it is wisdom. A strong body supports a disciplined mind, and together they create an unshakable spirit. So, ask yourself, are you treating your body like a temple? Or are you treating it like a trash bin? Are you feeding it with nourishment or poisoning it with neglect? Are you giving it rest or pushing it beyond its limits? The answers to these questions will determine not just your health, but the quality of your entire life. Winning every day is not possible if your body feels like a burden. But when your body is respected, cared for, and cherished, it becomes your ally. It becomes the strong foundation on which your dreams, relationships, and spiritual growth are built. A woman who respects her body is not just healthier, she is more confident, more radiant, and more powerful. Her presence inspires others because people can see in her the harmony of body, mind, and soul. So let every choice you make for your body be a choice of respect. Eat with awareness, move with joy, rest with gratitude, and live with balance. Treat your body as the sacred temple of your soul. For when the body is honored, the soul shines, and a woman truly becomes unstoppable in winning every single day. Words are not just sounds that vanish into the air. Words carry weight, they carry energy, they carry the power to shape lives. A gentle word can heal a wounded heart, and a harsh word can shatter a strong spirit. Every woman must realize that her words are like seeds. Once spoken, they fall into the soil of someone's mind and eventually grow into thoughts, emotions, and actions. Some words bloom into gardens of hope, while others grow into thorns of pain. When you guard your words and speak with awareness, you are not just communicating, you are creating. Think about a simple moment at home. A child shows his mother a drawing he made. If the mother says, "This is beautiful, I love how creative you are," the child's eyes sparkle with pride. That encouragement becomes fuel for his confidence. But if the mother, in frustration, says, "What is this mess? You can't even draw properly," the child's spirit quietly dims. The same situation, the same child, but two very different futures created by the power of words. That is how impactful your voice can be. Guarding your words does not mean speaking less. It means speaking with intention. Ask yourself, are my words adding peace or adding fire? Are they building bridges or burning them? In a heated argument, an undisciplined tongue lashes out, You never understand me. You always fail. You ruin everything. These words may win the argument in the moment, but they lose the relationship in the long run. A disciplined tongue, however, chooses differently. I feel hurt and I need your support. Let us solve this together. This shift is not weakness, it is wisdom. It takes greater strength to calm a storm with soft words than to fuel it with sharp ones. Daily life constantly gives us opportunities to practice this. Imagine standing in a long queue at the grocery store. Someone pushes past you, and your first instinct is to snap at them. But then you pause, you realize your anger will only spoil your peace, while a calm word might resolve the situation. Instead of, "What's wrong with you?" you say, "Excuse me, the line starts here." The energy changes instantly. By guarding your words, you protect not just others' dignity, but also your own peace. Words are not only for others, they are also for yourself. The way you speak to yourself in your mind is just as important as the way you speak to people. Too many women silently destroy their own confidence with words like, "I am not good enough. I am not beautiful enough. I am not capable." These inner words cut deeper than any insult from outside. But when you learn to replace them with kindness, "I am growing. I am learning. I am strong enough to handle this," you become your own source of empowerment. A woman who speaks gently to herself cannot be easily broken by the harsh words of others. Guarding your words also means being mindful of gossip and negativity. Words spoken carelessly behind someone's back may seem small, but they can spread like fire and burn reputations. Before you speak about others, ask, "Would I say this if they were here? Will this word create value or destroy trust?" The wise woman chooses silence over unnecessary speech. Silence itself is a powerful language. It protects you from regret and gives weight to the words you do choose to speak. Another powerful way to guard your words is to use them to uplift. A simple compliment, a kind thank you, or a few encouraging lines can change someone's entire day. Think of the bus driver who rarely hears appreciation, the colleague who feels invisible, or the family member who is quietly struggling. One sentence from you, "I appreciate your effort. You inspire me. I believe in you," can be the spark that reignites their hope. A woman who knows the power of her words does not wait for grand speeches to inspire. She inspires in small, consistent ways through kindness. There is a story often told. Once a teacher asked her students to write down all the negative words they had ever spoken to someone. The students filled pages. Then she asked them to take each word and imagine it as a stone thrown into a river. She said, "Can you take the stones back? Can you remove the ripples they created?" The class fell silent. The teacher smiled and said, "That is the power of words. Once spoken, they cannot be taken back, but you can choose wisely before you release them." Respecting your words is also a form of respecting God. Speech is one of the greatest gifts given to humans. Animals can make sounds, but only we have been blessed with language that can express thoughts, emotions, and wisdom. When you use your words for truth, kindness, and encouragement, you honor the gift of speech. But when you waste them on lies, insults, and cruelty, you dishonor that gift. Every word you speak is recorded not just in the ears of people, but in the book of your own character. Let us not underestimate how words can transform relationships. A marriage can survive difficulties if the partners speak with respect. A friendship can last a lifetime if words are rooted in honesty. Even in the workplace, a leader who motivates with kind words earns loyalty. while one who belittles with harsh words breathes resentment. The secret to strong bonds lies not in wealth or status, but in consistent respect.